All right, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys are having a great weekend. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they played again tonight against the Sacramento Kings. They got a very nice win last night to put them at 15-12. If you want to watch my recap to yesterday's game, go back on my channel and check it out. But yeah, welcome back to the channel, guys. Thank you, Cavs Nation. You had my video yesterday get to over 200 likes. We are literally I think 600 subscribers away from 10,000, and we might actually hit that some way, somehow. As crazy as it sounds, we might hit that by the end of the year. So if you enjoy this video, you like daily Cavs content, daily NBA content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. In today's video, I don't really want to do a recap type thing. I want to talk more about the Cleveland Cavaliers as a whole, because they're 15-12 right now. They have played, I think it's 6 games in the last 8 days. It's crazy. I mean, it literally is crazy. They have a top 3 strength of schedule to this date. They're the number 2 ranked defense, or they were the number 2 ranked defense just 1 or 2 days ago. Their offense is clicking. Even if they have a game where they're going 20 turnovers, they're still finding ways to put up like 115 points. They've just been so fun to watch, and it's just so refreshing. The Cavaliers, I believe, were projected. I believe Vegas projected them at 25. They put the over-under at 24.5 wins. 24.5 wins. I mean, the Cavaliers will probably reach 24.5 wins, 24 or 25 wins in like the first week or 2 of January. So they're shocking the NBA, and honestly, when you really dig into it, it makes a lot of sense, because you have, first off, Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen. But really, one of the main reasons I wanted to make this video was because of Evan Mobley. So Evan Mobley went down with an injury a couple of weeks ago, and they missed him for a chunk. And their defense was struggling. Their team as a whole, they were dealing with a bunch of injuries at that time. And, the Cavaliers, they're struggling during that time. Since Evan Mobley has come back to the starting lineup, they are literally holding teams to a defensive rating of 101, and they have an offensive rating of over 114. So Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen, I mean, even Lauri Markkanen, you've got 3 7-footers right there in the starting lineup. And then you're getting led by a point guard who is getting better game by game in Darius Garland. I mean, Darius Garland and Jarrett Allen should make the All-Star team this year. I don't really see a reason why they shouldn't. Darius Garland's averaging 19.2 points, 7.5 assists, 1.2 steals, and he is doing this while shooting just about 40% from downtown. I mean, I talked about this a couple of nights ago. Darius Garland, what can he not do? I mean, I would not be surprised if you told me 2-3 years from now he is going like 24-8, 24-10. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised, because of the way he is progressing right now, the skills he has. He can play off ball, he can play defense, he can get his teammates involved, he can go off if he wanted to, if they desperately need a little, a little run. If you're getting led by Darius Garland, the way he has been playing this season, I mean, the way he played last season, especially the way he closed out last season, you're at a significant advantage. And you pair Darius Garland with 3 7-footers. You pair him with the lob threat of Jarrett Allen with phenomenal touch. Evan Mobley, when he decides to be aggressive, which is something he definitely needs to work on, sometimes he'll stick around on that perimeter, or he'll stick around near the mid-range, and it's like, man, you're over 7 foot tall, and you barbecue chicken something. You just go mouse in the house somebody. But he's learning. He is definitely learning. But like I said, Jarrett Allen is, I mean, he's on his way to becoming an all-star this season. 17.3 points, 11.2 rebounds. He's getting over 3 offensive boards per night. He's also giving you about 1.3 blocks per game. He's also giving you a steal per game. He's shooting, the craziest part about Jarrett Allen is he's shooting over 70% on the season. So his touch this year has been exceptional. And this is a guy, I mean, you see the Rockets flag right here. This is a guy that, like, Rockets fans did not want. Jarrett Allen is 23 years old. He's 23 years old. He is on a $100 million contract, which is why Rockets fans did not want him, because they knew he was going to get a lot of money. But here's the thing. $100 million sounds like a lot, right? It's over 5 years. And so that's, math. Using math, that's $20 million a year. So you're paying Jarrett Allen $20 million a year to put up 17-11 over about a block and a half per game and shooting over 70% from the field. That is highway robbery. That is like one of the best. That's going to turn into, I promise you this, that's going to turn into one of the best contracts in the NBA honestly, probably by the end of the year. But 2-3 years from now, you're going to look at this Jarrett Allen contract, you're going to look back at the Cavaliers signing Jarrett Allen, and you're going to be like, oh my God, they made a phenomenal choice. So just the pure fact that they have Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen both down there, it makes them intimidating. I mean, they're scary. They are a scary defensive team. There's a reason they're number 3 in points allowed on defense. There's a reason they're number 2 in just overall defense. And lastly, the last chunk, the last piece of that starting lineup is Isaac Okoro, who, and we talked about this last night, if he can become an offensive player, we're even talking like 10 points, 12 points on efficient shooting with like a 3-point shot of above 35, above 36%. Isaac Okoro is going to be a very, very valuable two-way player. Last night alone, he put up, 15 points, very efficient shooting night. He's starting to string those together a lot more frequently. And then lastly, you have Lauri Markkanen, who is averaging over 15 or about 15 points per game on the season. The Cavs got him at a very reasonable contract in the offseason coming from my Chicago Bulls. I know we definitely missed Lauri. And then coming off the bench, you have Kevin Love, who is just having a phenomenal basketball season. And I read all of your guys' comments yesterday. It seems like almost everybody on Cavs Nation is obviously loving Kevin Love's resurgence. A lot of people do not want to trade him because he is providing a ton of value. The Cavs aren't really in a position where they it's not like they're desperate to ship out Kevin Love right now, especially the way Kevin Love is playing. 11.2 points, 7.3 rebounds. If you're playing Kevin Love like 20, what's he averaging on the season? 20 minutes per game. It's unbelievable. If Kevin Love is playing 20 minutes a game and he's having nights where he's giving you 4 threes, he's giving you 15 points, he's giving you 7 rebounds, that's an immediate advantage. I mean, like, it doesn't even need to be explained. Like, you are so much better off if that's what Kevin Love is doing for you off the bench. And you pair that with Ricky Rubio, you pair that with Cedi Osman, even Dean Wade's up in there. Ricky Rubio, Kevin Love, and Cedi Osman, they just mesh. Like, there's just something about that bench right now that's just meshing. They have a very, very capable bench, and they're not desperate to make any moves. They don't really even need to make any moves as of right now. Maybe, we've talked about getting a shooter possibly at some point in the season if they need it. But the last couple of games, they definitely have not even really needed it. So this has been so fun to watch. I'm loving the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm loving you, Cavs Nation. You guys have been blessing me. That's it for today, guys. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hopefully they can get the win against the Sacramento Kings tonight. They're on a back-to-back, second night of a back-to-back. So I think the Cavs should be able to do it. I know they're on a back-to-back as well. But they had a little bit of a blowout victory last night against the Timberwolves. So hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button. Drop some comments on this Cavs team. And I'll see you guys later.